This movie makes me feel less stupid because I had Legos when I was a kid and I would just stare at them and be like, all right, where's the instructions? I have a good imagination, except when it comes to Legos. The Lego Movie. So the Lego Movie is a movie about a Lego world, and in this Lego world there's this dude. He's a Lego guy, he's a common guy, there's nothing special about him, he blends right in. But then he finds a thing, and this thing means another thing, and ultimately this common Lego guy gets wrapped up in this adventure, and then we see a bunch of Legos and pop culture references among a Lego world, and that's all cool because we've all had Legos at least once in our lives. And it really is one of the things that drives this movie. First of all, I like the animation in this movie. I think it's all done on computers, but it's meant to look like stop motion animation, so the stop motion animation made it feel like it's actually Legos. Like someone has a camera that's zoomed in on these tiny ass Lego people, and you're watching their world operate, and it's all awesome because they all build things like they're real Legos, which just now I realize I just said that Lego people built Legos. I'm not crazy. You know what I mean? You know, it's cool seeing Lego things get built. And everything in this movie is done with Legos. Like if an explosion happens, something blows up, the explosion, the fire, the smoke, all done with Legos. Makes you step back and you're like, I guess you really can create everything with Legos. I've seen some crazy Lego things that should have been my first indication on that fact. When you see an entire movie built around Legos, that's just really impressive, even if it was done on a computer. And among having all these different worlds, it allots them a lot of opportunities to make pop culture references, but it makes the movie feel a little broken up also. This movie's written by a couple different people and it shows. You feel like they wanted to showcase a lot of different Lego worlds, but in that, the movie feels like you could have had one Lego world completely removed from this movie and you'd be like, oh, okay, thank you for reconciling that. The movie is now not too long, which I get. For a Lego movie, the possibilities are endless. You want to show it all, but you gotta be careful not to make the movie too long because of it. In that, the setup in this movie, I was like, I don't know where this movie's going really. Some of the jokes at the beginning didn't really land with me. It took me a few minutes to get into the movie. Then after that, the movie starts making me chuckle, and that's good. Then something happened in the movie that made me go, that is awesome. Not just awesome, we're talking really awesome. Those of you who know me, when you watch the movie, you're gonna be like, that's the moment Jeremy was talking about, and you will be right. So as enjoyable as all this stuff is in the movie, I was watching, I was like, enjoyable movie. Then the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie happens, and I was like, all right, now it's a great movie. Seriously, the last 15 minutes of this movie, it's like they got the guy who wrote Toy Story 3 and they were like, can you please write this? He was like, not a problem, friends. I don't even have to be credited with it. Now we have the end of this movie. That stuff really, it hits you where you live. It just hits your heartstrings. You're like, okay, it's one of these. We are not in January anymore, no. Thank you, any other movie month of the year, for happening finally. So in the end, the Lego Movie was enjoyable. It was a little long-winded in times, and not all of the jokes land. You watch it and you're like, all right, maybe it's made for kids. Then the really relatable jokes for us older kids or man-children land. Then the end happens and you walk out of the movie and you're like, I can't say it wasn't great. And the animation, come on. Seeing Legos do their thing is always cool. I was gonna say this movie's a good time, no alcohol required, but it's like a wine. It starts getting better as it ages. And by ages, I mean, I watched the movie like an hour ago. I will say the Lego Movie is worth buying on Blu-ray. I like the fact that this movie addresses that different generations of Legos, they're different. Legos used to be, you just had a bunch of blocks and they were like, you wanna make something? We'll make something. Make something of that and then make something of yourselves. Now it's like, if you wanna make a Lego Star Destroyer, everything comes in the box specifically to make a Lego Star Destroyer. That's me sounding old. Back in my day, Legos were tough. I would make a cube. It's like, here's a Lego cube. I made it with 4 blocks from here. All right, so the Lego Movie, have you seen it? What did you think about it? And what was your favorite Lego set growing up or now? Shoot, Legos are huge now. If you have a favorite now, no one can fault you for it. Whatever answer to any of the questions might be, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.